being an independent woman.
Yes, but I still want to be kept. I want to be independent, but I also want to be kept. But I also want to be dependent.
It's giving frosters.
It's actually giving the line is so gray.
It's black.
It's not black and white.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Alma and I am the blogger behind the Alma Chronicle, and today I have my dearest friend Dodos on the channel with me. Some of you guys may know her online as I am Dodos. If you're wondering what's going on, we're in Lagos.
Bro, Lagos is Lagosing. What is going on?
Siren. There's siren in the background, but it's okay because today's conversation is going to be so interesting. This year, I've just really been having these sit-down conversations with you guys because I just, you know, it's things that we talk about like amongst our friend groups and our group chats. And today I dragged Dodos with me. I begged and I was like, come, because I want to talk about something that is very important, especially as I'm getting older and I'm having these conversations as well with family. And the title of this conversation, you guys will already see it in the, what's it called, in the title, is just dealing with the pressure to settle down, marriage, being in your 30s, what we did with our 20s, and all of that good jazz. But before we even get into it, I feel like I've said a lot. I'm going to let Dodos introduce herself, and I'm going to let you just kick off the conversation and then we can go.
Not kick off.
Kick off. Tell us who you are. Who are you?
Okay. Hi, my name is Dodos and I'm a beauty babe in a hot mom era.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm basically a makeup artist, beauty entrepreneur, content creator, influencer, everything.
Good friend.
I'm just that girl.
Amazing
and
mom.
Good friend. Oh,
she's everything. She's a good sister, amazing friend. Dodos and I have been friends for so long. It's so funny because people, there was a time we posted a photo together.
And someone was like, oh yeah, we look alike.
Yeah, someone was like, we look alike. I was like, I don't know, it's just maybe what Delta babes.
Delta babes. Delta babes connect.
Have the face, you know. But yeah, I've known Dodos for so long, and one thing that I have really admired knowing you for so long is, number one, I first met you as a content creator.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't friends from the beginning. We were mostly like content creator.
Yeah,
parties.
like, oh, I love your stuff.
Yeah.
Leaving comments.
Exactly.
Likes and stuff. I don't really know where
I don't know where it changed.
I feel like it just naturally like flowed into maybe like just talking more and like having like honest conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm super excited to be here.
I am super excited to have you. Before we get into the conversation, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. Just leave a comment and be like, oh my God, Dodos. Just leave a comment.
And
say
give
something.
And thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. And I know you're going to enjoy the conversation because we're going to have a good time just talking.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys at the end of the video. All right, let's get into it. Let me just actually start by asking, did you ever feel the pressure to settle down in your 20s?
To be honest, no.
No?
And it's so funny because I actually thought I was gonna like, you know when you're young and like, oh yeah, by 25 I want to be married.
Yeah, that was me. You never thought that?
I thought it, but like now, looking back, why am I trying to be married at 25? Relax.
See, that's the thing is that when I turned 30, when now that I'm in my 30s, when I look back, I'm like, it would have been, if I had gotten married at 25, between God and I wouldn't have been married now.
We'll be divorced by now.
We would have been divorced by now. And I know that about myself now. But in my 20s, I really thought that it was such a big thing for me to, you know, have this husband and have this big responsibility, the kids, the home.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a homemaker at 25, and I'm like,
girl,
what was I doing? I didn't even know my left from my right at 25. But now that I'm older, I can definitely appreciate the fact that, number one, God didn't give me a lot of things that I asked for. And number two, I'm not in the same place that I was mentally at that time, where it's like I put myself under this insane amount of pressure just to be in a relationship or even like get to the altar. Yeah.
So for me, I definitely wanted to get married. Like it was something I desired.
Yeah.
But I was not really thinking about it at the time when it happened. I was just like having fun, talking to multiple people.
Yeah.
And I just happened to like one of them more. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm talking to other people. I was very honest. I was like, yo, I'm talking to like 4 other guys. So like, you know.
Yeah.
And then
you know what? I actually like that you said that because I feel like these days it's now that a lot of us are more, especially with like TikTok and being like, you need to date other people. First of all, I was never that person in my 20s.
Yeah.
I was a serial monogamist. It was one man at a time. And I wish I learned how to talk out to multiple men in my 20s. I wish I did, because I feel like, let me tell you guys, I'm going to be very honest. When I was like dating in my 20s, it was very much I date one guy, and then we, you know, if it doesn't work out, I'll spend like a year to heal from that. And then I'll meet another guy.
And date
and
that
then
one.
we'll talk, and then we'll spend another year to heal from that. And by the time I was 30, I was like, girl.
Exhausted.
I was like, I do not have any more therapy dollars in me to give anybody. But that was how I was dating.
Yeah.
And then I turned 30 and I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk to 5 men at the same time.
Literally.
And have everybody beg for my attention.
Literally.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys, dating became sweeter.
It is sweeter. It is just, I just feel like for me in that time, and I do feel like sometimes even like men get that sense of like
not desperation,
yeah,
but pressure.
but like kind of like she's too eager, like you know, like she's gonna like, oh, pick me.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like I'm really gonna have to choose. Like for me, it's may the best man win. Personally, like you have to show me, and I feel like well, do I? You know what I mean? Like I really feel like as women, that is what we can do for ourselves. Like, yes, the man is going to propose and do these things, but really, I'm the one choosing, like...
Yeah, and me too, I agree with that. Like, I'm very much in that place now where I'm like, I want more women to not just wait for men to choose them.
Yeah.
Like, let's be the one being like, this is my lot.
Yes.
And I want to pick one.
Yeah.
Like, and then I want to focus on this one. But not a case where it's like you're just sitting down on your hands and your legs and hoping that this guy from somewhere will find you worthy, and he may not even be someone that is your spec
or your type or your value, or like
like your values don't align, but because he likes you, you just think, okay, I should make it work. I'm very much of the opinion that more women should choose.
No, facts. And I do, but I also do feel like sometimes when you're looking, it doesn't necessarily come.
I hate that thing. Oh, please,
I know.
I know what you're saying.
I know it's so cliche.
I know.
But I tell you, when you're not looking for something is when it really happens. Because I feel like you're just more at ease.
Okay, let me tell you what
there's not too much gym.
I used to do my face like this. I say, God, I'm not looking. I say, God, please, I'm not looking. Just. But no, I get what you mean. Because when you're not looking, I think it's just the whole situation.
Yeah.
There's less pressure on yourself. There's less pressure on whomever you might be talking to at that time. You don't go to bed thinking, oh, this is my husband. Like, we don't talk enough about these things, about like when you create this fantasy of somebody in your head and it almost feels like they should match that fantasy.
That's
crazy. When they don't, you feel so disappointed because you're giving all of yourself to this person just so that they can think you're worthy of marriage.
No, facts. I definitely see that. And I do feel like, I mean, I even said this on TikTok one time, like, if you want to be married in your 20s,
of course, why not say
like, please do whatever, last, like, everyone should do what works for them, and I'm not judging anyone, but I just feel like your 20s is where you're really meant to, like, explore yourself, find out what you like, spend time with yourself, travel, make friends, like, you know, just like be grounded, because for me, I see marriage as like forever. So I'm thinking, if I don't really explore and like do these things that I want to do on my own and feel complete and whole first, and then I bring someone in, I don't know, it's just giving, then what time do I really have
for myself? You know, that's a very good thing that you bring up, because I know that now I have a lot of married friends. I have a lot of newly married friends. I have a lot of friends that have, you know, like, you know, you've been married for a few years now, you have a baby, our baby boy. But like, I always want to ask my friends, what are some of the things that you were like, when you were getting married, you were so scared that you were going to lose, and then you ended up, after you got married, you were like, I'm still the same Dodos, like, do you understand what I mean?
I definitely
because
get that.
we get this a lot. We get people like almost fear mongers, be like, oh my God, do this before you get married, though. It will change, this one, I remember somebody told me one time, this one I used to travel up and down, you know, when you get married, it will change. And I'm like, is my husband an up?
Yeah. What's going on here?
What's going on here? Why can't I travel after I get married? So just give me like 2 things that you were like, you were so scared before you got married, and after you got married, you were like, I have these exact same things. Like, why was I so scared of losing them?
The funny thing is that if I'm being honest with you, there was really nothing that I was scared. There was nothing I was scared of losing before I got married. But that was because of the person I was with. I was dating. I think that the fear comes when you're kind of misaligned with someone that does not understand you as an individual. For me, I like freedom. And it's crazy because for some people they think marriage is like, for me it's not like it's not marriage. For me it's not I own you, you own me, we can have like, I have my friends, I have the things I love to do, and I'm very clear about that. From when I'm dating, you know that this babe, she loves traveling with her girls, she loves to go out, she loves to hang out.
That's very, very important. Just don't hide yourself when you're going to know someone.
And I feel like our parents' era and that era is like kind of like, focus on your husband, don't, you know. For me, it's not that. I need that, my core friends, like I need my sisters, I need that. There's something that friendship gives you that your partner cannot give you, like that's just what it is. So for me, I was not really afraid of like that, because I had conversation. I knew that he was both of us are not really that traditional in that sense. So that I wasn't scared of. I think maybe the one thing that I would say that maybe I was like a little bit scared of was kids. I thought that the most difficult part about kids was, you know how sometimes you used to judge people? And I'm not gonna lie, I was that person. Like,
I was that person too.
Like, people just have kids and like they just change. Like, you know, I don't want to be like you. I still want to be that girl. And that's fine. But like when you actually become a mom, something changes that is so. I see how it's easy to lose yourself.
I don't know if I would necessarily say lose yourself, but I would say how easy, because your priorities change. You see that I came to your house, you're like, I have to go and put this boy to bed.
You know what I mean?
Like priorities change, right? And I get what you mean in terms of like having those conversations beforehand. I'm gonna give you one example. One thing that I know that I'm talking to, that I'm very vocal about when it comes to like the men that I'm dating, the men that I'm talking to, is telling them, you see this traveling thing, in no world will I be a girl that just sits at home. Like, it's not going to happen. Do you understand? Except you want me to be miserable and you're gonna have like a miserable wife. Do you understand? I value these things. I value my friends. I value my girls' nights. They restore order in my world. Right? I never want, and I always tell guys this thing, I never want to be your all in all.
Please don't. Like, for me,
it's literally one of the most scary things. I don't have any interest in being your best friend, your all at all, your wife, your mother of your kids, the air that you bring. It's too much.
Relax.
Let's all relax. Let us relax. And so whenever I'm having, like, I meet a guy, obviously I'm in that place now where I'm dating to settle down. I'm not dating for casualties anymore, but like I'm dating to settle down, and so the conversations are a little more heavier. They're a little more honest. They're a little more vulnerable. To be like, I'm looking for a guy that understands that, you know, I want to be out in the world. I have this big life. I don't desire to be, you know, to be kept. I don't want to be kept. I'm not a prop, you know? And I like that you said that you guys don't have a traditional marriage, because now it's like, you know, as we're becoming more exposed, as more people are like, I like boldly saying I'm a feminist, and I'm not like adhering to this patriarchy. This is how I want my life to look. I want my love, my home to look. It's like, it's very eye-opening, the conversations that I have with men, and sometimes I'm like, oh, okay.
I think it's also like being honest with yourself, like certain things that comes with the territory.
Obviously.
When you say you want a certain kind of man, it comes with its own.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
So I know what you mean.
I want him to be this, I want him to be that, and I wanted to like, be this like super hard worker, and she paid all my bills, everything I want, like beginning to end, and I don't want to do anything, that will also come with its own like power and control and some kind of like, I don't know.
The power dynamics will definitely be
different. Exactly, because and for me, just as a human being, I don't think any woman should fully rely on a man, and this is coming from just how I was brought up, you know.
I think it's something to be said for the fact that maybe it's because we're both South babes, and maybe in the South women work.
Women are grinding.
Women are hustling. Women are like.
I'm not gonna lie, just men are lazy. Personally, I mean, not like
we said what we said.
You know what I mean? Like the women are just more.
No, because we grew up around seeing women that had businesses. Like if you grew up in the South, if you're particularly Deltan, you will see your grandmother, your auntie
building houses, taking care of children,
owning lands,
like,
you know, feeding the neighbors' kids. Like, I grew up around women that worked, so there was never a part of me that wanted to sit idle.
No facts.
Never.
And me, I just have sharp mouth.
Honestly, there's that.
Honestly, I just like to have vex money.
But yeah.
Alma, can you explain what vex money is?
Yeah, vex money is basically like, I have money to just be like, bye.
Yeah.
Like, I have to talk so much, I'm just like, bye.
Vex money is like F you money. It's like,
F you money.
If you think that my life is gonna end, bye.
If you
I'm
thought, deuces. That's vex money.
Yes.
And I do like having vex money.
I'm not gonna lie.
I like working. I like doing things.
Yeah.
I like being an independent woman.
Yes, but I still want to be kept. I want to be independent, but I also want to be kept. But I also want to be dependent.
It's giving frosters.
It's actually giving the line is so gray.
It's black.
It's not black and white.
Oh my God, no! But you're right. But like, okay, let's come back to like us even like giving ourselves this pressure to be like, I have to have this done at a certain age. I have to have it, you know, I have to have my home, you know, I have to have a husband, I have to have the kids, I have to have all of this. I realized that after, you know, I entered my 30s, now I'm 31, I don't put any, when I say there's no type of pressure, I go to bed and I wake up just being like,
Yeah.
But when I told you when I was 27, I had baby names.
Baby names?
I had churches, I had venues, I had vendors. I'm telling you.
You know,
I was heartbroken every time a relationship didn't work out.
Right.
I would put myself in this place where I would just be like, oh my God, not another one. We're almost 30, we're almost 30. And then once I just passed this 30 thing, it's so funny the way my life even works. It shifted. And I'm not saying you should wait till you're 30, but I'm just trying to tell you guys that if you're in that place now where you're in your 20s and you're like, I desire to settle down, I desire marriage, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Don't put pressure on yourself. It's not going to end well.
And you don't really make the best decisions when you're under pressure. You need your eyes.
You need your two eyes. You need your two eyes. Because the things that you will see, you will not see when you put pressure on yourself will be very detrimental in the long run.
No facts.
In the long run. And I'll give you guys an example. I can't believe I'm in my oversharing era, but like there was a guy I was dating and everything was going on well, and there was a comment he made one day. Like, I was going to my friend's house to spend the weekend. Yeah. And he said something about, I was like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house. And he was like, this one that you're always going to your friend's house, all these girls, and I hope you know that if you get married, none of that. And I'm not going to lie, I was so, I won't say stupid, I was so silly that for a brief second, in my head, I thought, it was just jokes. Like I thought, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't need
if I get married,
I don't need girls' night.
That back of my head. But those are the kind of things you miss when you put pressure on yourself.
Because at that point, you're just trying to
get to the finish line. You're getting to the finish line. Or the person that told me, this one, like, you're a content creator, you're always out, or like people see you a lot. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to
like. You have to be honest with yourself and be like, I don't want somebody that makes that kind of statement.
Yeah, in fact, and ladies, I feel like you have to come as you are.
Yep, 100%.
Don't like say, oh well, people need women that look like. Just be honest. Like literally start how you want to finish. Yeah. If you know that you are outside, be outside from the very beginning.
Yeah,
like,
let them know.
Be like, oh, I'm an outside babe, or like I love going out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so that the expectations are just clear for everyone.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's always very interesting, especially now because I have this honest conversations with like my aunties, my mom. I'm the first child. My mom stays asking, what is going on? Every time you wear makeup, you leave this house. What's that?
Not to wear makeup.
Actually, very seriously, are you telling me there's nobody? And I'm like, it's not that there's, if I wanted to get married tomorrow, I'd get married. Men did.
It's easy.
One day I was at Charlie said, men mount. Men did. But like, I know that our parents don't want us to be unhappy, but they also unintentionally put this pressure.
Yes, there's the bias.
Oh no, there's the bias. It's like in the same breath that they'll be like, I don't want you to be unhappy.
Immediately they say like, you can,
yes. Yeah, what's going on? That lovely gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I say, it looks lovely to you. But it's not a lovely gentleman.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just talk about, like, before you got married, I know that you said that you didn't have any pressure on yourself, but like, did you get any from your parents? Nothing.
My mom never asked me, when are you getting married? But again, I got married at 28.
There's also that. You know what? You got married at 28.
I got married at 28.
Yeah.
I've been married for 5 years now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 5 years in September 2019.
I feel like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, 2019.
Time really does fly.
Time flies. 2019. Yeah.
Okay, so when you got married at 28, right? And did you feel ready?
Yes.
You felt like this is it.
Yes. And for me personally, I really feel like it's a person.
So it really all boils down to the person.
It all boils down to the person. The person makes you at ease, that you're not even thinking about the negatives. You just want to start your life with this person.
Makes sense.
You just want to like start building with this person. You just want to like come home to this person.
Yeah. Did you have a list?
I did not have a physical list, but I think I had a list.
I have a list.
Yeah. And I think everybody should. Yeah.
I have a list.
Are you sharing your list?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you guys what's on my list.
Tell it.
My list is I'm not joking though.
Yeah.
I had to write the list because all the girls were saying write the list.
No, write the list.
And to be fair, not having a list was giving me
signals like which one.
There were a lot of things I was saying,
but
it wasn't really working for me. I'm gonna tell you guys like 2 things on my list. I can't believe it.
I love it.
Okay, let me just say one.
By the way, I've seen her screen. The list is long. This notes.
It's gonna be scrolling. No, but you know the funny thing? There's nothing physical on my list.
Yeah, fair enough. I get that. I get that.
There's nothing physical on my list. Okay, this is one thing.
She's like, this one I'm not giving you.
Okay. I want a man that is blessed in friendships, personal and professional relationships. He is family oriented. He works to preserve healthy bonds with people who have good values.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Those are the kind of things on my list. I'll share another one. I want a man that is hardworking, and despite his busy schedule, he always makes time for me and his home. He shows me how much he cares for and loves me, and I never have to beg for that validation.
Facts.
I don't have anything like he has to be tall.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that on my list.
No, but I feel like this is the list that no one told us we needed to have. This is a really good list. I didn't have that.
Girl,
that's a really good list.
It's a descriptive list.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like that's also one of the beauties of
getting
older
and knowing what you want.
It'll probably be shorter. Like you dating someone you probably not date for that long before you find it, because when you meet your person, you'll be well aware that you don't need time to really show you that this is your person, because it matches up with these things.
Exactly.
These things just kind of like fall into the right places.
Yes. That's exactly what happened to me. Because when I was younger, I used to put things like, I want my man to be tall.
Yeah.
I want my man to be dark. I want him to like live in this city.
Yeah.
I want him to drive this car.
Yeah.
It was all very superficial.
Yeah.
And then last year, I wrote this list last year, and I was like, that's not what I do.
That's not what. Yeah.
Those are things that I just thought would be aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
To present.
Yeah. Facts. Okay.
Yeah. Looks or personality?
Oh, personality.
10 over 10.
Like
10 over 10. Personality, any day. I used to always say, and I know that people don't like it, but I kind of like my man medium ugly. I don't like fine boy.
I like fine boys though.
No, you love a good fine boy.
I love a good fine boy.
You love a good fine boy.
I need to see you and just be like,
I like medium ugly men. And I hate saying it. I hate the term.
But I don't like men that
medium ugly. I hate it.
I don't like
so
men
much.
that know they're fine and act like they're fine.
Okay,
Let
me rephrase it. I like men that are a bit rough around the edges.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get
like
that.
I don't like the men that are too.
I don't like pretty boys.
I don't like pretty boys. A pretty boy will do nothing for me.
Yeah.
They're nice to look at, but for me, it's like I like my man a little bit rough around the edges.
Fair,
you know?
I get that.
Yeah, I like it when a man grows out his beard.
Yeah.
It's just like not every time shape up. Sometimes
not
just
everything
a bit.
Too.
Not so pretty. I'm pretty much prepared for both of us.
It's okay.
You know. Oh, Tony Tones actually tweeted this, and I thought it was so interesting to see what other people were saying. So let me ask you this. She said, I just feel like if two people in a relationship have an age gap that's 10 plus years, the youngest person in the relationship should be over 30.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I feel like if you are 20, dating a 30-year-old,
it's very different.
Then you cannot tell me that there's no emotional abuse in there.
I'm not. It's very different, and I say this.
I don't even know because it's just like
I say from experience. When I was in my early 20s, I thought that I was such a big woman, and I would be dating. When I was 22, I was dating a man that was 33.
Wow.
That was 11 years difference.
Wow. And at 22, not 32. If you were 32 and it was 42, you can still say.
Different. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When you're in your 30s, it's different.
Yeah.
But when I was 22 and I was dating a guy that was 32, 33, I really thought I knew it all.
Yeah.
I thought I knew it all, and I knew nothing. Like the way that nothing hit me in the face, I was like, wow, and this is me that I consider myself a bit mature.
Yeah.
I always just think I'm the first daughter. I consider myself wise beyond my years. I've been through life, I grew up quickly. But the age gap, I agree with what she said. If you're in a 10 plus year relationship, I would advise, obviously my opinion doesn't really matter in the end, but the youngest person should be over 30.
Yeah, or 30.
Yeah.
At the least.
Yeah. 30, 40 is not bad. It's cute. A bit 31, 41.
It's cute. Like, it's nice.
Cute distance. It's like, okay, we like that gap.
Yeah.
But like
20?
25, 35? Girl, no. Okay, third question. Would you settle down? Well, you've already settled down.
No, but still ask me.
Comfort or love? Will you settle down for comfort or for love?
For love. And I know the reason why. Okay, so I have this thing where I'm never really like hyper focused on money. Well, which is what I'm saying. In my mind, when you say comfort, is equals money, whatever, right? Because I just feel like my mindset is always that we will make it. That's what, I've never really, I can't see my life and us not making it.
No, you have a point.
So that's the reason why I will always go for love.
You know what? Fair enough. I get that. Now for me,
is she about her bag?
Okay, I had my Bob the Builder era. And I'm not going back. That's what I have to say.
So what does that mean?
I am not going back. I said it.
So basically you're saying
I said I am not going back.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying now. So you don't need love.
I have done my Bobbiana. I am not going back.
Okay, so you don't need love.
I need love, but you see that?
No, you cannot say but. No, you're mixing up. Me, I want both.
Why can I not go where the men are rich and fall in love there? Why do I have to go? I don't want to pick one.
No, for sure. We want both. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like, we actually want both.
We
and
do
you can
want
have both.
Yes, obviously you can have both. But like, if like gun to my head, I have to pick one, comfort.
Let me think about it now.
Gun to my head, like, Alma, pick what? Comfort over love.
You know what? The reality of it, maybe I was being too wise with the answer, like I was overthinking it.
No, don't worry, it's okay. You're not already married. You're not already married, forget. But us that was still on road. This question is for me. Because I'm thinking of the way my life is now.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be honest and say that there's certain conversations that I don't want to be having in this era of my life.
Facts.
You know? I've done the whole let's build together, and I'm not going to lie. Have you seen how, I would say all men, but there are a lot of men that are quite insecure when they don't have the resources to be in the kind of relationship that they want. And a good amount of times, the woman suffers for it.
Yeah.
Until you get to that place where you're comfortable. I've seen it happen so many times, right? I've dated people that we were like, okay, we're still just trying to figure it out, knocking two coins together and stuff like that. And that was okay for that era of my life.
Yeah, facts.
That era, it was good. We were pushing it. But now I'm in an era where it's like, if anything is like, if I can pay for comfort, I will pay for it.
No.
Like, to have somebody clean my house, to have somebody, take out my laundry, like do my laundry and send it back And all those things you can't explain to somebody that is still just trying to figure out their finances.
No,
you know what I mean?
I agree. And I don't really think, it's quite dicey because I'm about to say, I don't really think that, at this age, in our 30s,
I get what you're about to
dating
say.
someone, probably in their 30s or 40s, and you haven't figured out your finances.
Yeah. We're no longer in our 20s. Let's be freaking for real.
But at the same time, you know what's actually scary about marriage is the fact that amongst those things, you also have to really be careful.
Yeah.
Because there are things that masquerade as you meet a man and he has all these things figured out and he looks secure. But he's only secure because he has those things at the moment. And we've had situations where you meet someone here and they will lose things and you see. So you still have to basically pay attention.
That's a very good,
and you would
that's a very good
when
point.
they get broke, that's when you now know that are you really okay with me making money? Because then what if it now happens you now start making more?
You see, this is the thing is, I like that you brought that up, because when I said I want to settle down in a comfortable, with a man that's already comfortable, it doesn't mean I don't love you.
Yeah, of course.
It means that I'm not laying a foundation. Like, I'm not building.
I'm not the one. Yeah. We're coming
together with stuff, and it also brings back to the point that we made earlier, where it's like, I've always known that I will make money.
Yeah.
Like, I will make money. You will make money.
Yeah.
It then brings us to this point of how secure are you going to be if you're not at the level that you are. Which then I would say that's a very different conversation.
To be honest. And the worst thing is that you never know until you're in. Until it happens. You don't know how
things you will never know until you're in.
Yeah, marriage is definitely
it's deep.
It's kind of like you can never prepare for everything.
Yeah.
You have to just get there and hope that every day you choose yourselves and somehow, remember your whys.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, everyone is growing at different. But also, it could also be at different paces. Like, and the worst part is being married to someone who is still stuck in a certain way. Like, maybe you meet me now and this is how I am, and in 2 years I've changed.
Yeah.
And you're still like, well, this is the Dodos I signed up for, but it's like now I'm no longer that person.
Yeah. That's very true.
Anyways, well, my question to you is really like, if you could look back and just give an advice to yourself in your 20s, or if you talk to if you had a younger sister in the 20s, which I probably do.
I have.
What would be your advice on dating and settling down?
Don't rush.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't rush, and it will all work out eventually.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I wish I told myself, because the things that I have to heal from now is as a result of me wanting everything to happen at a particular time. I was rushing the process. I wasn't putting myself first. I wasn't being honest to who I am. I wasn't being, I was masquerading a lot of things just to be this person that was worthy, or to feel worthy, to feel chosen.
Yeah.
Don't give up parts of yourself in the hopes that somebody would choose you.
Yeah.
Because that's not you. They're not choosing you. They're choosing this masqueraded version of yourself, So I would say, don't rush. Don't be in a hurry to, have this thing that you feel like is the finish line, when in reality, getting married is literally the starting point.
It's literally the starting. It's
not
a
beginning of another
marathon.
It's not a sprint. It's a
It's
marathon.
a marathon. Yeah.
It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
So I would say that's one thing that I would tell myself.
Fair enough. That's a good one.
Yeah. How about you?
I think for me it would be do things for you. Be very selfish. Do things.
I wish I was a lot more selfish.
Don't think about anybody. You want to live alone. Enjoy that you time.
Yeah. Especially because we grew up in African households, a lot of us are at home until we get married. We don't know the version of ourselves that is not under our parents' roof, in school, having headmasters, headmistresses, principals. Take time to live life
by your terms,
on your own
terms. Yeah. And that is not to say that when you get married you would not, but I'm saying that there's a lot of like compromise and like
obviously
thinking of someone else because now you have this partner and you can't be like fully selfish. Obviously you have your selfish days, but like, and you have your non-negotiables, but like, that would literally be my answer.
Yeah. No, let's just ask this question. What would you do if your husband or if you're talking to somebody that had a female best friend?
Me, my own husband has plenty of women in his life. My husband is a man of the women. So look, you're watching this, you know, I tell him every time. He has many female friends.
Yeah. But do you know why I like that? Because I feel like when you're surrounded by female friends, you check yourself.
No, for sure.
Like, men that have female influences in their life are more likely to be better partners.
Yes, because they know women. Your friends are complaining to you. They're telling you all these things. You're advising them. You know, all of that. So for me, I kind of find it attractive. Like, for me, I was like, okay, you have these women that he doesn't have a female best friend. He has women that are friends. Yeah. And he's a very friendship type of person. Yeah. So for me, I'm just like, okay, I hear your conversations. You're advising them the right way. Yeah. You guys are like, you know, it's good to also have friends that, like female friends that you can like bounce things off, like, oh well, maybe Dodos and I had this fight. They can give you the female perspective. Yeah. So I think as long as you're secure and you once there's trust, there's nothing for you to be worried about. If you, number one, you're not feeling so secure in that relationship, or also you kind of feel like, is there something dodgy here? Yeah. Me, I ask Sha, this one, have you slept with them? This one, what's the situation? Did you date them? I want to know everything. I want to know who. Yeah.
For me, I just want to say I have a male best friend. Nobody should be angry.
Funny thing is, I don't have. Do you know I don't have male friends?
I do. I don't have a lot. I have two that I'm very close to, and I'm not going to lie. Every time I'm talking to a guy, I'm like, how do I introduce this male to you?
Okay, wait. But these male friends, was there ever something?
No.
Okay, that's easy now.
But men don't look at it that way. You know, men think that if a guy is hanging around you, it's because he's trying to get something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or he has gotten something from you. Men don't understand the concept of male-female friendships like that.
Meanwhile, I'm the one though. I don't understand male-female friendships like that. I always feel like men want something, or at some point.
Me, I just like it all boils down to being secure.
Yeah.
Trusting your partner.
Yeah.
Knowing the person you're with.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm just like, I don't think that, I'm in that place now where it's like, I hope my future partner has female influences in his life so that I don't have to be the one that's always his sounding board when it comes to like women issues. Yeah. Like, if we fight, please go and ask your friend. Don't
have experience.
Have an experience, right? Like, yeah, but this was such a good conversation. I totally enjoyed it. I feel like I want to do more of this with my other friends.
I was going to say, you guys, leave a comment if you want Alma to do more like sit-down conversation with her friends.
Yeah, just like couch conversations. We're just chilling. But yeah, thank you so much, Dodos.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, before you exit the video, to like, share, subscribe. Leave in a comment. Tell us which was your favorite topic that we talked about. What did we say that you were like, It makes sense. Let us know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.